Much has been written this season about the genius of Max Verstappen's performances this season, as he is set to claim the F1 driver's title in Qatar with a record number of Grand Prix remaining. Yet unlike during the Mercedes era of dominance, when more often than not their drivers came home in first and second place, much has been written about Sergio Perez's inability to play wingman to Verstappen. Verstappen wins Constructors. Now with 400 points to his name, the Red Bull World Champion could have won the Constructors' title for Mercedes on his own. It was noted in Japan, given Mercedes, the next team behind Red Bull, have claimed just 305 points from both their drivers. However, Red Bull have been haunted in previous years by a number 2 driver not pulling his weight, which has cost them a shot at the Constructors' Championship. Most recently, this occurred in 2021 when Verstappen fought a titanic battle with Hamilton and won the driver's crown, but the team lost out to Mercedes by 28 points. That year, while Verstappen finished with a score of 395.5, his teammate managed to rack up just 190 points. Perez finished in 4th, 36 points behind Mercedes' Valtteri Bottas, a deficit that would have seen Mercedes prevented from winning their 8th Constructors' title. Marko full of Verstappen praise. History would now record Mercedes and Red Bull both with 7 championships each. For this reason, the Perez remaining at Red Bull question again looms on the horizon. Were the championship to be much closer next season, which is almost inevitable, could the Mexican cost Red Bull another team victory? With Max Verstappen following up a poor weekend in Singapore, Red Bull consultant Dr. Marko was quick to praise the return to the top of the podium by the Dutch driver. The way Max drove today was unbelievable. The start was not the best, but he still controlled both McLarens, and once he was in the lead, he was controlling the race relatively easily, remarked the 80-year-old Austrian. Max was really motivated after Singapore, and we have to say we still don't know what really went wrong, but we proved that it was a one-off and we are looking forward for the rest of the season, he explained. Very dark day for Perez. But Dr. Marko was in no mood to pander to Sergio Perez following his reckless driving, which saw him crash into Hamilton on lap 1 and require a new front wing, relating him to the back of the field. Then Checo, attempting to climb back through the field, tried a hopeless pass on the inside of the chicane and hit Kevin Magnussen square on. This again damaged the Red Bull car, which could not continue despite running repairs. It was a very dark day, said Marko regarding Sergio's performance. And Magnussen was scathing about Checo's driving. His teammate is cruising towards another title and he is fighting down the back with us, said the Haas driver. Perez ready for retirement. I think Perez is really ready for retirement, said Lammers. I mean, how much fun is this for him? What we're seeing is a total lack of drive, motivation, sharpness, everything, really. I think Red Bull could be preparing to put Lawson in that seat. Christian Horner claimed the only positive from Checo's race was, we managed to get out of today, was not carrying a penalty through into the next race in Qatar. The Red Bull boss flippantly described Perez's start. He got sort of pinballed on the way down to turn 1, that was unlucky for him. Marko, completely done with Perez. He then passed Fernando on the way in under the safety car, picked up another penalty. Whilst Horner threw a sop to Perez claiming he'd played his part in the team winning the championship this year, former driver Robert Doornbos isn't so sure. Despite Helmut Marko admitting Perez has a contract for next season, Doornbos retorted, I think Helmut Marko is completely done with Perez.